Hey, morning guys. It was the Emmys last night in America. Why do you hate award season so much?
Because I die of embarrassment with practically every speech. I'm always horrified about how great actors can't get up and do the nominations. They're so often they're so stilted. They're reading from the autocue. That's why it's so wonderful when somebody comes out and just ad-libs it.
Yeah.
But more often than not, the ad-lib goes tits up.
Yeah.
I just think it's so much pressure for the actors
Yeah.
that it's just the whole thing feels awkward, and I end up feeling like their mum who just wants to take them home, give them cocoa and cookies.
Cocaine and cookies.
Cocoa.
Oh right, I was going to say I'm sure a lot of them would like cocaine and cookies. Okay, well the usual suspects were nominated at the Emmys this year. Lots for Game of Thrones, lots for Fleabag, lots for Killing Eve, and all sorts of things like that. So I just thought we'd quickly just run through some of the more notable. Now, obviously, we haven't seen every series that has been nominated, and there are some awards for shows in America that we just haven't seen, and one just can't watch everything. So, but there are a few notables in there. Obviously, Best Comedy went to Fleabag. So Phoebe Waller-Bridge's general sort of domination of middle-class comedy continues unabated. I mean, she's literally on a roll, isn't she? Game of Thrones, Maddie will be delighted. Game of Thrones, the last season, won Best Drama. You're not a Game of Thrones convert, are you? You just think it's outrageously over-sexual and
just
too violent.
Just a way to have loads of porn.
Well, I have to say it's lessened over the recent years. My dispute with the Game of Thrones winning Best Drama is I thought this last series was poor.
Well, everyone says that, even some of the actors that were in it.
Yeah, certainly the last 3 episodes. Now, a series that I've only seen episode 1 of. We wish we'd seen it. We kind of didn't allow ourselves because we didn't want to frighten the kids. Was Chernobyl. That won best limited series. Phoebe Waller-Bridge's one for Fleabag. Now, we tried Fleabag. What was our problem with Fleabag when we first tried it?
No, we did kind of like it.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a genius.
Oh, she's
There's
a
no
genius.
two ways about that. But it was just a bit,
Self-knowing?
yeah.
Bit in love with
A
itself?
bit like the mums that used to be at the school gate.
Bit like the mums that used to be at the school
bit
gates of private schools that seem to be
Dulwich
banned
mums.
in the UK.
Dulwich mums.
Dulwich
Bit
mums.
Dulwich
Clapham.
mums.
I know what you mean. It's the kind of series that I imagine former
Bit-
prep girls and head girls would like.
Yeah, it's a bit scrummy mummies.
Yeah.
It's a bit Nappy Valley.
Yeah, I think people now divide into two things. You know how there's like leavers and remainers with Brexit? I think there's people who like Fleabag or there's people who like This Country. I don't think the two would necessarily meet in the middle.
Oh, I do like it, and some scenes I really, really like, but I'm not obsessed with it.
Jodie Comer won for the second series of Killing
wonderful.
Eve. I mean,
She
was
deserves it.
yeah, she was peerless, I thought, in it.
Yeah.
But I was disappointed with the second series of Killing Eve. I think the love fest is falling away. Now, Nanny Di is going to be delighted because Michelle Williams won for the Fosse Verdon series.
Oh, we've got to watch that.
We've got to watch this. A number of people have
I
said,
really
yeah,
want
yeah,
to watch that.
all about
And
Bob
she
Fosse.
also included in her speech she commented on the gender pay gap.
Absolutely, she did, and and I can't remember what film it was she was in. Where I think was it this where
She found out it was double, but the man was getting paid double or something.
absolutely.
Shocking. You know what? I feel really sorry for a lot of the men in these situations because they have no
they haven't
idea.
negotiated it. They haven't negotiated it at all. Now Kiki will be pleased because When They See Us was the series about the the New York Central Park 5 who were wrongly accused of killing or raping that woman. And Jarell Jerome was one of her favourite actors in that.
Yeah.
You know, that was that series. Again, you found that too tough a watch to stomach.
I would have loved it before I had children. It's the sort of
Nadia's
thing I would have run to, but since I've had kids,
Nadia's got a very sensitive
get
sort
really
of
upset.
diet when it comes to TV if there's too much violence. Now, the best news of the night for me was
there's
Julia...
not really so much violence. It's not. I can take violence. It's where it's injustice
Right.
to young people,
Right.
or abuse,
Right.
anything like that. I can't watch it.
Now, the best news of the night, I think you'll be delighted about, is Julia Garner, the young girl who plays with the curly hair, who plays Jason Bateman's sidekick in Ozark.
she's
She
so
won.
good.
She won for Best Supporting Actress Drama.
Oh,
I'm so
I'm really
delighted that
chuffed
she's
about that.
shooting up. She's shooting up.
brilliant.
And she's about to star in, or she shot it and it's about to be released, the first movie that kind of deals with I think it's called The Assistant, and she plays...
In Me Too,
Harvey
the Me Too
Yeah, she
story.
plays Harvey
Yes, 'cause
Weinstein's assistant.
We reviewed the trailer of that. Oh my God, guys, it looks so good. Who else is in that? Oh God, is it Charlize Theron?
No, we haven't reviewed the trailer to that because it hasn't come out. This is a different film to Bombshell.
When they're all getting in that.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
no, that's
different one from
Bombshell,
Bombshell.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, so she's in the first film in the post Me Too kind of
okay.
climate, which actually I think is suggesting and even inferring that it is Harvey Weinstein that she's the assistant to.
Can you do that? Do you
Well,
not get sick?
they've taken this close. Ben Whishaw won for supporting actor in A Very English Scandal. Do you remember the series about the politician?
Oh,
the Liberal
yes.
politician? Yeah. The
Oh,
with,
yeah.
The one
Yeah,
with
yeah, so good.
What was his name? Hugh Grant. who
So
played-
good.
The girls will also be pleased. Television movie went to Black Mirror Bandersnatch, which was the multiple choice one. No, I started it, but I have to confess, I don't necessarily want to choose my endings. It might be a generational thing, but you know, RuPaul's Drag did very well, which the girls will be very delighted about. And another little curious one at the end, writing for a comedy series went to Phoebe Waller-Bridges. Jesse Armstrong for Succession. Now, Succession, me and Nanny Di have started watching it. It's bloody brilliant. I knew it would be. Brian Cox playing the Rupert
I want
Murdoch.
to watch that.
It's so good.
I
Get
really
up to
want to
speed
watch
because
that.
I'd like us to review it for the channel.
Okay.
Craig Mazin for Chernobyl. Chernobyl's done very well. Jason Bateman won for directing on Ozark.
Yes!
It's sort of like
Oh
time
my
lag.
God, sorry. I was just thinking about another one that I saw there. Do that again.
And Jason Bateman, bizarrely, has won not for his part in Ozark, but for his absolutely masterful direction. Because he directed several of the episodes.
Oh, but I want him to win Best Actor and
Yeah,
Best
I know.
Bloody Tea Maker and Best Man Ever. That, I literally get palpitations when I think about the next series of Ozark. It is brilliant. If you haven't seen it, oh my God, search it and watch series 1, 2.
There's only 2 series,
Two,
but I
and
mean
three
they
is
are
coming
they
soon.
are remarkable. I mean we are desperately excited.
Desperately.
So those are some of the highlights. I mean, what was nice about the Emmys last night is it reminded me of how many series. Now your friend Kay, I think, loves The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, doesn't she? And I've not watched that. Is it worth seeing? You know, I don't know why. I sort of feel like I've missed the Fleabag moment. So parts of me sometimes think we should go back and watch it. And another part of me thinks, if I do watch it, I've got a horrible feeling I won't like it.
Well, don't worry. You've got a lot of other stuff to watch.
Yeah, all right, okay. Well, there we go.